to do it again, old man? And that, my friends, is how you leave home on a 2+ week long bike trip. Doing it once again with the old man. Road captain wasting no time out here. And yeah, so I don't know. I make it a point, like, this is visually probably not the best content I do, you know. I don't even think I have the camera in night mode, but it's this moment, like I said, that is probably one of the most important moments in terms of covering road trip content, which again is simply the act of making the first mile and leaving home. Because everyone says that they want to do the bike trips, everyone says that they want to do the real miles, but when it comes down to it, I find that you get maybe 10% of the people that say they really want to do it actually go out and do it. So yes, the act of leaving home is a very, very powerful thing. And I always take the moment just to savor these first miles, you know? And this one, you all know, is particularly a very special one to me because there was a moment earlier this year where I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to do this again. You know, after having a very severe motorcycle accident, I didn't know if my days of doing this type of riding would be over, or if my days of riding would be over. You know, there is some dark moments, so to rise again, harder and hungry for more, this is what it's all about. Still hungry for miles, still hungry for bike trips. What is dead may never die. Pay the iron price. 2023. And the plan right now of what's happening is, like I said, we're up at 3:30 in the morning. The reason for that is leave it to the road captain to make things that much more interesting. No, we're not just going to blast down 80. We're not just going to blast down 90. You know, we're not going to do the typical boring thing you would do to ride out Western New York. The road captain, staying true to his name, had other ideas this year, which is we're going to ride down the coast. And not just ride down the coast, but we're going to be doing some ferry hopping. So the first ferry we're taking, I believe, is in Cape May, New Jersey. And that ferry is going to take us into Delaware. And then from there, we're going to be riding down the coast. And I think we're going to probably wrap the day up and set up camp somewhere in southern Virginia is the plan. So right now, we are meeting the old man Armstrong, new addition to the road trip chaos. He's got his FXDLS 1999 fully packed up, fully loaded, and he's going to be meeting us at a rest stop out in New Jersey. And then from there, you know, we'll be linking with him, and then we'll be hitting the ferry. So if you enjoy my bike trip content, I mean, this is what my channel has always been founded upon. You know, this is the reason why I started my channel, is to cover the bike trips that I do, specifically on the Harley-Davidson Dyna platform. And almost 10 years in, we are still doing the same thing. Still as exciting as when I started doing these longer bike trips almost 10 years ago at this point. And yeah, this one's a special one, y'all. I truly live for this. You know, this is what it's all about for me as a rider, and I'm just so thankful that I get to do this, even if it's just one last time, but hoping many more times, especially with the old man. So this one's gonna be a great one. So I'll probably have a series of videos where you'll be catching me here and there along the road, you know. So if you're into this type of content, I'll have plenty more videos coming. If you want to see what it's like to be on the long road on a Dyna, see what it's like to do moto camping in southern heat waves, embrace the ups, embrace the downs, and do it all on a Harley Davidson Dyna. Which these days with the Lowrider ST, you know, it's like now it's like I'm starting to move into a different category when I do it on my Dyna. It's like I'm riding a vintage bike now, is what these new Milwaukee A kids would say. Look at his vintage Harley Davidson Dyna, 2016. And it's funny too, because in terms of, I'll talk about this in a separate video, but I did 2 separate polls about which bike I should take, and on Instagram wanted me to take the Dyna. I think it won by like a 13% margin or something. And then you all on YouTube actually overwhelmingly wanted me to take the Lowrider ST. And I'll make a whole separate video talking about why I decided to not actually take the ST on this bike trip, and why I decided to take my 2016 Dyna. I'm sure some of you are confused of why you're seeing me on the Dyna right now, but I'll cover that in a separate video. I got my reasons. But right now, I'm gonna enjoy my insanely early morning miles with my dad as we link up with Old Man Armstrong out in New Jersey. Stay safe out there, stay low, ride early, ride often, push yourself to do the bike trips. Take the first step, make the first mile. You will be glad that you did. And on that, FXDLS Brooklyn is out.